Hey everybody, welcome to Spoiler Alert. This is MsFeralcat.
And HCC788.
We are playing Minecraft Bedrock Edition, exploring the 2B2E Anarchy Server.
That's right, and you said it right, the Bedrock addiction. And you also said it right, spoiler alert, this is the last video in this highway exploration.
Yes, it is. We are doing the last 10,000 blocks. So let's get to it.
Yeah, we decided to continue on to 100,000 it's X0 and Z positive 100,000.
Yes.
Even though, as you can see, there's no highway here.
No.
But at this time, we are assuming there's some kind of marker at the 100,000 block milestone.
Yeah. As you saw in the previous video, there was not much of a marker at 90,000. So it was a little disappointing. Like,
Yeah.
What is this? This is lame. Come on, guys. But I can't really say much because we could have put a marker up ourselves. Spoiler alert, we didn't.
Yeah, we just put a sign as we usually do.
Yeah.
But you know, we like round numbers. Who doesn't like round numbers? So we thought 100,000. That's a good round number.
Yes.
So we're gonna go ahead and finish this off with 100,000. That does not mean we won't do this again. There are other directions to explore. Other highways, both in the overworld and in the nether.
Yes.
And we have done a lot of exploring of these, and we can do them again.
Yes, and right, I was about to say, they are ever changing.
Yes.
So this is definitely something that we will do again in the near future. And I say that because, here's another spoiler alert. After this video, after we finished exploring the overworld highway to 100,000. Oh, sorry, I have to interrupt myself.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Were you distracted?
I was distracted,
Yeah.
okay, by this giant cobblestone cock.
Yeah. I don't know. It looks kind of small to me.
Right. Well, in comparison. So, I don't even remember what I was saying.
Yeah. I'm sorry. It is distracting,
It
isn't it?
is
It's
a
got
little
like
bit.
A flame on the tip.
It-
Which, if your tip is flaming, you really need to see a doctor.
Yes, you do. So, the server is ever changing. After this video, I do, you know what? I'm going to just spill the beans. I go back to spawn.
Yes.
And I do a video on getting out of spawn.
Yes.
And not very long after that, I end up at spawn again. And within a week or so, it changed again.
Yeah.
It was different. So the route was different. There's just so many things that are different. It changes often. So this is something that we can do, exploring the overworld highway. That we can do this frequently.
Yeah, we can go over the same ground and still see new things.
Yes.
Right now, we have discovered some kind of base deep under the dong.
Yeah, it's under the dong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's in a deep hole south of the dong.
Yes, it is.
And we found stuff down there.
We did. Yeah. This was, we assume that this may have been a faction group's base.
Right.
Based off of the signs. We
Right.
didn't translate most of them. We translated one of them, I think, but the rest of them we assumed what they were, like pantalones is, pants and boots and things of that nature. But this area looked like spots for beds.
Right. And they had names. So these were probably places for specific players in a faction.
Yeah.
And given that everything's in Spanish, I assume that it was one of the Spanish-speaking factions.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's not very big. There's not a whole lot here, but it was a interesting find. And we did use this opportunity to smelt some resources and things of that nature, do some sorting. So there will be several scene changes quickly. Like in the editing, I had to eliminate a lot of video that was just this right here.
Yeah, so we've already checked out the chests and stuff, and there's a little bit more to check out, but there was a bit of just housekeeping where we were just smelting things and kind of sorting through our resources.
Yeah.
And then once that was done, we continued the exploration.
Yes. Yeah. So this video originally was an hour and a half.
Huh.
And I managed to cut more than 30 minutes from it, because 30 minutes of it was us keeping house,
right,
smelting and sorting and things. It was like, okay, well, this is not moving the video along very quickly.
You didn't miss anything.
No.
I think you know what it looks like to watch a smelter until it finishes the job. So you didn't miss anything, but we did pick it back up when we were done. And as you can see here, we discovered a hidden chest.
Yes. And Pandusky, the bitch of the males of this base.
Yeah, that was the one we translated.
Yeah.
I'm assuming this is a Spanish-speaking faction. And one of the things that is coming up, spoiler alert, is that we will explore the ruins of one of the Spanish faction bases.
Yes.
There is a history to the 2BE2E server that started well before we got here. And I'd like to explore a little bit of that history and maybe tell you a little bit of the story from a few years ago. I mean, this wouldn't have been more than maybe 3 years ago, but in terms of the server, that's ancient history.
Yes. So right now I'm trying to put these gas tiers away. Yeah.
Your ender chest inventory looks nothing like that anymore.
No, it doesn't.
This was still recorded before we met up with some other players and got some gifts.
Yeah, and also this was recorded before we did our base tour.
Right.
That the video that was uploaded a moment ago.
So we're
earlier.
Slightly out of order.
Yes, just a little bit, but that's okay. So, boom goes the dynamite.
Oh. No. Oh no! Look it's my corpse.
Yeah.
It's all my body parts blown up. I was okay. Like, this is a big dick. I had to place a sign there. Like I was and it's daylight, so I figured, hey, it's safe to go up stairs and place a sign before we move on. So as you can see, you're gathering my stuff.
Yeah.
And it blew up right next to the testicle. It was a ball buster.
It was a ball buster.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that busted ball.
It took some of the ball. The ball got busted.
So you know how this goes. You've seen this before. You know what's happening now.
Yeah.
So I'm making my way back from our previous spawn point.
Yeah.
While you are saving my stuff.
Yes. Yes. As you can see, I put down a chest to put my stuff in so I could collect his stuff without our things getting mixed up.
Yeah.
So we learned that the hard way.
I don't mind dying on these adventures. It's kind of fun. Dying is not fun, but it adds to the excitement. You never know what's going to happen here. We're not just chilling at our base. We are out there in the danger.
Killed by suicidal creeper.
Thanks for the epitaph.
You're welcome.
Thanks for doing you googly. Yeah, and then the date. And you're using the American date format.
Yes, I am. I didn't have enough room to write June.
Yeah.
So it looks like for the Europeans, it looks like, it's backwards.
Yeah. Obviously, we're American. That's probably is very obvious, isn't it? So we usually use the American date format, but when I do a sign, usually, as long as there's space, I just spell out the month, just to avoid any confusion for anyone who happens to come by wherever they are from. So there's no confusion at all caused by the date format.
Yeah. Speaking of that, back when we had, the Japanese players were reading our signs, you had written June on there, or
Right.
May. It was in May.
Yeah.
And they didn't know what that meant.
Right. So in that case, it might have been better to just use the numbers. So now I am streaking back to your location, and of course it's going to take a while, but what are you going to do? You are waiting for me. You are putting things in safekeeping, and now it's time to you just get to wait.
Yes, I get to wait. I get to get all of my stuff, and now I'm gonna wait for you, and waiting looks like burying myself, so that I don't get blown up too, because that has happened before.
It's funny that I die and you get buried.
Right. That it bees that way sometimes.
Yeah. So I mean, you've seen before where we've had creepers just drop right into your hidey hole.
Yeah. Yes.
So you're gonna try to make this area safe for democracy.
Yeah. So now I'm just waiting, and as you can see, his gamer tag. And now it's nighttime. I'm pretty sure it was nighttime again, and he's running to the ladder to go back down to the base, and I'm gonna dig my way to him.
Right. So I need to now get to safety, relative safety. And as you saw, we cut out the waiting.
Right.
So there was she had to wait a bit, and that doesn't necessarily make an exciting YouTube video.
Yeah. I just cut that out. It was just me crouched, waiting, sorting my inventory, that kind of thing.
Yeah, death can be so boring.
Yes, it can.
Well, it was exciting for me. I died, and then I got to run through, a path of monsters and bad guys and stuff.
With nothing but your underwear.
That's right.
Not even your underwear. You're completely naked.
Bare ass naked.
Bare ass naked.
So you're helpfully digging to me, and I am trying to get there from a place where I won't get blown up again.
Yeah.
You know what? This base, even though it was abandoned...
Oh my gosh, there I go. I'm falling. Oh, but I fell into water.
Look, this is some bullshit. Because, I am just innocently placing a sign, and I get blown all to hell. And you fall through a hole, not even knowing it's there.
Yeah.
And no, you don't go splat at the bottom.
Nope.
No, there's a rescue.
Yeah. They had put water with signs in between each, layer of water, so there was breathing. There was places to breathe.
Yeah, nice and helpful. That's lovely.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
I was, before you took your tumble, I was going to say, even though this base is abandoned, it is getting some use. We are using it kind of as a temporary base here. It was not supposed to be, it was supposed to be more temporary than this because we were ready to move on. Mm-hmm. But, shit happens.
Right. Shit happens. Follow us and watch.
That's what we should have named the channel, is Shit Happens.
Shit happens. Well, yeah, missed opportunity.
So, yeah, we're doing our routine of restocking and resupplying once one of us dies. It's inconvenient when both of us die, but it's just me again this time.
It's just you.
Yeah, there's the new skin.
Yeah.
I made a shield because I wanted some protection, but I didn't want to hang around crafting things or standing by an ender chest. I just wanted to get back to you as quickly as possible, so I streaked.
Yep. Yes, because you have died at your ender chest.
Yeah.
You've gotten eaten by a zombie standing there trying to get into your ender chest.
Yeah, now you're safety first.
Yes.
And now I can go back and get my stuff.
And we can finally be on our way.
Yeah. As you can see, we're our goal is 100,000. We've made it like almost 1,400 blocks. Yeah. That's not great progress, but we'll be scooting along here in a second. But thanks for the epitaph there. Thanks for the little
yeah. There's another creeper. Gosh.
Get her. Blow up. Oh.
Nope.
See, that would have made it even.
Yeah,
that would have made it even.
Then we would have been stuck at the dick for even longer.
Oh, that's how you like it.
I like being stuck at the dick.
Yeah. Well, watch out for that one. It's a flame at the tip.
Yeah. This one is dangerous.
Yeah. That's got to be some kind of infection. You need to go to the clinic.
Right. Get that checked out.
Yeah, it's got a ball busted too.
Yeah.
But you're used to that as well.
Oh, babe.
Right. So that's our grave, and I'm there just putting my armor back on and all of that, and I'm not saying any swear words or anything like that. I'm just calmly, putting things back where they belong in my inventory, and very much ready to move on. We knew this would be the finale of this particular series. And we have not gotten very far.
No, we haven't. But I do think that it's apropos that not only did we come across a giant dong, but you had a ball-busting finale. So...
the things we do for entertainment.
Yeah.
So I have a grave there.
Yeah.
And I'm all armored up, and I'm wearing diamond armor now because I'm just. I decided to upgrade. We've been walking around with iron armor, and I'm like, screw it. I'm tired of getting blown up. I want to give myself a little bit more protection, and so we're sporting diamond now.
You are. I don't think I am. I'm still in iron.
So now we get to traverse the land again. Still no highway.
No highway.
This is just overworld travel, which we have done many times before. But this is where the highway would be if it were extended.
Yeah.
We were wondering what kind of marker there would be at 100,000. As you mentioned, there wasn't much at 90,000.
No.
And with no highway, it was possible that there would not be one.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that we came up to 100,000 until we got there, even though there was a marker. There was a pretty significant marker, in fact. But I was just so used to not having a highway that when we come up on 100,000, I'm like, oh, that's okay. I see. That is 100,000 right there.
Yes. We're checking out a village. We don't usually check out the villages, but you did see a couple signs there, a couple of Japanese language signs.
Yeah. So we are checking out this one. They're fruitful every so often.
Every so often. This one, the crops are stripped. And I don't think there are any villagers left.
No, I don't remember seeing any.
And I was translating the signs. I don't remember if I got the a screen capture of
now. This is definitely in the future, 2026.
Apparently, they're going to meet May 32nd in 2026.
Yeah.
Someday in the future, a few extra days will be added to the month of May.
Yes.
So that'll be a good trick. But now we know when they're going to meet up in the future. We will be there. We'll be there on May 26th, and we will ambush them.
Yes, we'll have to be sure to be here then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hang out.
So I think we've had all of our fun in the village, so we're ready to move on.
Let's move on.
We have still not made very much progress toward 100,000.
No, we haven't, and there's still so much left.
Yeah, and there's not a path,
No.
So we're just traveling over land. Even though there's not a path, that doesn't necessarily mean there are not builds.
Right. It does, having a highway does make it easier to travel, because you're not having to climb mountains, go around mountains, traverse through jungles, because there's a path. But this does enable us to see more potential builds.
Right. The players are more likely to build along one of the axes. So this is X0, and you will come across more builds across an axis like that. Obviously, like, if you build on an axis, you're more likely to be found too.
Right.
So you're going to be griefed and looted and stuff. If you get away from the X or Z axis, you're probably safer, but nothing is truly safe.
No. Even our second base has been found. It hasn't been griefed, but it's been found, and we are nowhere near an axis.
Oh yeah, we're in a spot that is pretty indistinct and not really toward any markers or milestones.
Yeah. So, but here's another jalopy. This is more than a jalopy. This is worth exploring.
Yeah.
So.
And see, these builds right along the axis.
Yep.
One reason that a lot of them will be along the axis is because the Nether Highway is along the same axis. So when somebody is traveling the Nether Highway and they decide, I'm ready to pop back up in the overworld, they're going to be right along here.
Yes. Yeah. So that's another reason why it's such a busy. Oh, there's a creeper. And that is the second time there was a creeper right next to me and it didn't kill me.
Yeah, you're wearing some dinky iron armor too.
Yeah,
I'm over there. I watched it happen. I'm swearing and cursing because I just got blown up innocently trying to place a sign, and you had one
right next to me,
side right up to you, give you a great big hug. And blow up, and look at you. You're still sucking air.
Yeah. Well, never mind. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
So now we're going to explore this.
And we have some cobweb, and this is
a mine shaft.
Yep, an abandoned mine shaft.
Yep.
We don't typically explore the abandoned mine shafts. They, for the most part, have already been looted.
Yeah.
They are places where you can just get lost and have a hell of a time finding your way back out.
Yeah.
So, not usually one that we do.
Yeah, we found that they're not really worth exploring. So,
But we found a chest
we
and
did,
some wool.
and some wool, because I collect wool. However, oh, here we have this zombie just baking in lava.
And not dying.
No.
What's
up
with
with
that? Oh yeah, like all right, these guys are they're already assholes. We don't need them to be impervious to lava and other sources of death.
Right. Yeah.
This looks like it was just a temporary base. Somebody just made a little homestead here, probably when they popped back up from the nether. Just a few odds and ends in there. Nothing too interesting, but we found it and we checked it out.
Oh, absolutely. We are not going to pass up an opportunity to look for Jimmy Hoffa or find some loot, possibly.
And we're chronicling this.
Right, of course.
Everything that we put in a video at least is saved to some extent. Even if somebody comes along and destroys it later, its existence will be chronicled. Yes, please kill.
No, I survived that one.
Yeah, it's just not fair. It's prejudice.
Yeah, you definitely die more often than I do. Why is that? Why do you die more often?
I'm death prone.
Yes.
Yeah.
You are more YOLO than me.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't die. I just go into a coma.
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
This is the whole thing. Somebody made a little temporary base here. I'm exploring other areas while you're looking around here, so we can get it thoroughly checked.
Yep.
It does connect to some caves, some natural caves, and the mine shaft. But I think we are satisfied that we've checked it out enough.
Yeah, I gotta take my water back, and then for safety's sake, I've, put some dirt in there.
It's very thoughtful.
You're welcome to whoever might come by, and, so you don't fall in that hole and die. You're welcome.
Yeah, so basically, if you come by and don't fall in that hole, you should thank MsFeralcat.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Oh, here we go. Ow.
Another path down.
Ow. It's not tall enough.
Yeah,
I'm hitting my head.
Make it 1 block taller. It gives people a headache knocking their head against it all the way down.
Yeah.
But yeah, that went to the mine shaft. Most likely, whoever was down there got lost in the mine shaft and just dug his way out.
Probably, because that's usually how it goes.
Yeah.
So,
if you're in like a realm or a single player world and you find an abandoned mine shaft, there's good stuff down there.
Yes.
There's good loot down there, but here, at least in our experience, not so much.
Yeah, they've been looted.
Yeah.
So.
And here we go. Warp speed.
Warp speed.
Yeah. And we're approaching 95,000. So we're not even halfway between 90,000 and 100,000.
No. Oh, here I go, warp speed again.
Yeah. And thank you. I appreciate it. There's just there's nothing to see here. This area looks like of any other Minecraft world. Topographically, it is very typical and uninteresting.
Yeah, but I didn't want to completely cut it out either. So.
Yeah, you should. We want you to see what it's like. If you ever decide to make this journey yourself, we want to give you a good representation of what the journey is like. But it doesn't necessarily make the funnest YouTube video to watch hours and hours of this right here.
Yeah. Well, this is fun.
Yeah.
I found a bed, you know, and an ominous message.
Yeah.
Ominous message.
From April.
Yes.
Or November. I don't know. It depends if that's an American date system or anybody else.
Yeah. So this was probably like one of the first things we found in a while.
Yeah, and we are still looking for ruins to explore.
Yeah.
I'll take that wood.
Yeah.
Usually
I know you like wood.
Well, usually you take my wood, but this time
Yes, I will take your wood.
I'm taking your wood in the game.
In the game,
I don't
of
know
course.
what else you would be talking about. That's
right. We're definitely talking about logs in the game.
Yeah. Yeah. I sometimes I stick my logs in her inventory.
Sometimes you do.
Yeah.
God. Moving on. I'm collecting more wool because I love beds. I love to have wool for beds and wood. And okay, let's move on.
Yeah. Now, and before anybody criticizes me, you should hear her talk at home. I'm the innocent one.
Keep telling yourself that.
I think I have evidence. I've got witnesses.
Oh, look, 3 different colored sheep.
Yeah.
That's a whole bed right there. Speaking of beds, I know I keep bringing that up. I got, as a gift from someone, shout out to you, I got a shulker full of beds in every color.
So you are set on beds.
I am set on beds.
It was after this though, so
yes.
At this time you're just sort of collecting beds. It's a hobby. It's your thing.
Yeah, I love some beds. Coming up in another jalopy.
And this little mountain here, I thought there was a little bit up here, if I remember right. But as we're getting farther away from spawn, there's just less of anything, really.
Yeah. We just don't typically explore the jalopies anymore.
Yeah.
We've never really found anything up there. I have found some, like a bed on occasion, or, a portal, of course. But those portals are so often traps.
They can be traps.
Yeah. Even
when they're not traps, there's almost never anything interesting on the other side.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So we used to explore them. We don't anymore.
When we will eventually do a video exploring the Nether, and we will go into one of these jalopy portals and check it out so that you can see.
You can see exactly what we're talking about. And yeah, we've got a lot of ideas for things to do on this server. There's plenty to do.
Yeah.
We have a variety of different types of videos coming up. This is the last video exploring this direction of this highway this time.
Yes.
But there will be more overground exploration. There will be nether exploration. There will be other special things. This is... it's been a lot of fun. Exploring, I think, is our favorite thing now. Yes,
we love exploring. Like, every time we end up back at our base, we're like, oh man, we really love to explore. It's a lot of fun.
I think the only additional building I will do at our base is just to build some kind of large wall, so that whomever finds it and griefs it will have something worth griefing. I don't want to be a disappointment to any of the anarchy vandals that come along.
Yeah.
I don't want them to be disappointed with our base. So I'll try to give you something more significant to blow up.
Well, The same person who gave me a shulker full of beds also gave HCC a shulker full of materials to make a lava cast.
Yes, yes, indeed.
So
yeah, we've got some. Yeah, so building is not off the table, I guess I should say. But we will do a lot less of that than this.
Yes. Yeah, this is where the fun is at. And dying makes for great video, so.
Yeah. Yeah. Death is drama.
Yes, it is. There's a fire in the distance. There's a light
burning.
I'm not going to quit my day job.
Yeah. That was real good karaoke there.
Karaoke.
So there's some netherrack here. Someone came through the nether, popped up here in the overworld, and just dropped a crafting table there temporarily. But
yeah, and then the place is on fire.
Yeah,
I am curious if somebody did that or if it spawned doing that. I err on somebody having done it, because there was an XP ball over there. Something died.
Yeah.
By a player. So yeah, that somebody's just going through and lighting shit on fire. Why not? Why not?
In the olden days, surface level lava pools were more common, so you would get burning forests like that.
Yeah.
But there's nothing like that in this area.
No, I did not see any lava.
Yeah. Well, only you can prevent forest fires. And there was a forest fire there, therefore you did not prevent it.
Right.
You specifically, only you can prevent forest fires.
Only you.
Why didn't you prevent that one?
Literally you.
You monster. Forests burning down because you didn't prevent it.
Right here, there's an obvious creeper hole here, but it doesn't look like somebody died. It looks like they dropped their trash.
Yeah. We saw the floating items there, and of course, the first thing we thought, okay, it's like, obviously a creeper blew up there. Did it kill a player? I don't know if it did or didn't, but that didn't look like anyone's inventory.
Yeah.
It looked like they used that hole to conveniently dump some junk.
Right. So I took what looked salvageable, and I'm dumping the rest. And I pillared up because that's kind of how I protect myself against monsters when I'm doing something, especially at night. And as you could see, there was a spider that tried to get me while I was up there.
Yeah. And he had a vicious look on his face, too.
He did.
Yeah.
But you took him out because you're my savior.
Yes, I don't mind killing spiders. I just wish you would kill the creepers.
It's another bed. Okay, so yes, I am an a-hole, and I take people's beds.
Hopefully that crater wasn't you, bro.
Yeah.
And after he puts the sign, I own this highway. Well,
not anymore.
Yep.
I wanted the feathers for arrows.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a little shack, little cobblestone shack.
Yeah.
And as you can see, another ender chest. They are scattered pretty far and wide in this world, which is good.
Yes. Yeah. They come in really handy.
And we're contributing to that because we are placing them here and there as well. So it really is helpful to not be too far away from an ender chest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I will say that we traveled in the diagonal, and once we got past a significant point, there were no more ender chests.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. We still came across one there.
Yeah. No, we didn't get this on video. It was before we started recording, when we originally first started playing, and we were looking for a place to build our base, and we were traveling in the diagonal, and once we got past a certain point, there were no more ender chests, and we were kind of in a situation where, because we didn't have one.
Right.
And we didn't have a Silk Touch pickaxe to take one at that point, because this was when we first started playing.
Right.
And so there does come a point where there's no more player activity.
Yeah, so you can get out to a point where you're not going to find bases, you're not going to find torches, you won't even really find nether portals, but it's pretty far out.
Yes. Yeah, you got to go far out.
Like anywhere closer to spawn, you will find enough player activity. Look, there's a boat here.
Yeah.
We're 97,000 blocks away from spawn, and there's a boat. So there have been players out here.
Yes.
And this looks suspicious, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. And what am I doing? Like, I'm being weird. I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know why that didn't work. So this is why we check out suspicious stuff like that.
Right.
I mean, this is some kind of base, and the only evidence of it was a boat and 2 dirt blocks, but we still found it.
Yes.
And now we get to immortalize the people who placed these signs here back in 2022 and 2023.
Yeah, it's been here a while.
Yeah, this is ancient history. And they probably thought they would never see these signs again.
Yep.
And these signs probably have not been seen since they were placed.
Right. This looks intact.
Yeah.
Like, so we are very close to 100,000, and we've found this base, and it looks kept together. It looks like nobody's really been here except to place signs years ago.
Yeah. You found a little hidey hole here.
Yeah.
So this is an intact base. There's not a lot inside, but it's not been griefed, and it doesn't look like it's been discovered. I like sea lanterns as lighting, but we're not really doing a lot of building right now, so I'm not looting stuff like that. If I had a build going on, I'd probably grab the sea lanterns.
Right.
But for now, we're just checking this out.
At one point we talked about, okay, so we have a realm that we play on.
Yes.
And we mentioned in a previous video that we destroyed a mountain.
Yes.
Something else we've talked about was destroying an underwater monument.
Yes.
That is something we could do here too.
Yes.
So
there I just placed our sign, adding it to the sign roster.
Yeah, now you're going down there exploring yourself.
We have enjoyed playing on the Anarchy server. We also enjoy playing on our realm. It's a different experience because most of the time it's just us there. But it is an updated version of Minecraft. It has more of the new stuff. Actually, all of the new stuff.
Yeah.
And this is very much an older version.
Yeah.
And this version, of course, has other players, so there are opportunities for PvP and finding other people's builds and bases.
Yeah, not only that, but, well, of course, like, I have to mention again, the creepers here are nukes.
Yeah. Nuclear creepers.
They are nuclear.
This is a nice little outdoor area. This is like a little outdoor shelter. And there you go, hidden chest.
Yep.
Got some black wool.
Some wool.
Yep. This, I don't know if this has been griefed or not. It looked like somebody probably took the crops. But it looks fairly intact. Finding a chest lying about, that's exciting because, I don't know, there could be something worthwhile in there. It's like opening a Christmas present.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, especially, this close to a huge marker. And I say, huge marker because 100,000 is a big deal.
Yes, it is.
That's a big mark.
Of course, people have gone much farther than that, but...
Ow. Okay.
I did get one taller.
Oh, hanging sand.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's hanging sand. I'm like, yeah, there's nothing down there worth checking.
It was really tempting.
Yeah.
It was really tempting to break a piece of sand,
Yeah.
but I went in there anyway.
That, yeah. I could have dropped that sand on your head.
You could have.
You know, I was killed by a creeper, and you avoided death twice. And here I am being nice to you and not breaking the sand and having it drop on your head.
Well, if you did that, you'd have to pick up all my shit.
Well, I mean, I don't have to.
Well, okay. Yeah, you're right. You don't have to.
All right, well, I would. So that is another little area explored. And yeah, these are not huge bases, but these are still builds. Getting pretty far from spawn and close to 100,000 blocks on the Z positive axis.
Yes, yeah. I'm looking forward to exploring the other directions because we have been to spawn several times.
Yes.
And each time we take this direction. We did enter spawn from a different direction.
Right.
From the X negative direction.
Right.
We didn't record it, but I am looking forward to checking out the other ones.
So yeah, there's a sign.
Mm-hmm. It's about a year old.
I saw an ocelot, and I was wondering if ocelots can be tamed to be cats, like in the old days. Yeah, there's another one.
We'll have to try that out.
Yeah, I didn't feel like, trying it right then. I didn't want to use up the time to do it. But now I'm curious because, yeah, there are ocelots. Can you tame them?
Yeah. Well, our first base is near a jungle.
Right.
So we could check it out and see if we can tame one.
Maybe that'll be some future content.
Yeah.
See if we can get some pussy.
In the game.
In the game. In the game.
In the game.
What else would I mean?
Oh, so there's this structure, and there's something up there. There is something up there, and of course I have to check it out.
Yeah, you spotted something.
I spotted something that I want.
And I'm just gonna wait down there.
Yeah.
Go for it. I support you in anything you want to do. But I'll support you from down here.
Yeah, you'll support me from a distance. And it's a bed and a sign. That's
Mr. DNK.
Yeah.
May 2024.
And I'm such an a-hole. Yeah. I took the bed.
Yeah. So if that was his spawn point, it's not anymore.
No, of course it's been a year since he's been there.
I certainly hope he's reset his spawn point since then.
Right. Let's hope so.
Or let's hope not. I don't know.
Well,
what's more entertaining?
Yeah.
So, Mr. What's Your Name? Make a video and make a video, die, and see if you go back to spawn.
Let us know if you reset your spawn point.
So we are about to make the big push.
Yes, we
to
are.
100,000, and we've got to cross ocean to do it.
Lots of ocean.
Yeah.
And I am paddling so fast. Look how fast I'm paddling. Just going 90 miles a minute.
Yeah. It's amazing how fast. It's a speedboat.
Just speedboating.
Yeah. So, you need to lay off that methamphetamine. Just chill out a little bit. We haven't seen anything resembling a highway in quite a long time.
Yeah. It's been a while. So now we have some work cut out for us, or somebody does, whoever wants to extend the highway.
And then there's this.
Yeah, this right here.
I saw signs and I'm like, wait, I gotta see.
Yeah.
And there's some fish and some rabbit And, oh, look, signs.
There's some signs. And some... so I collect bones, too, because they can be turned into, you know, and used to dye wool.
Yeah.
So that's why I collect bones.
I'm really glad that we are recording this. We mentioned before, everything will be found and destroyed in a server like this at some point. That includes the signs.
Yes.
So this history at some point will be erased.
Look, your cat was there. Alistair.
Oh, yeah, Alistair. Yeah, we have a cat named Alistair.
Yeah.
And look, the sign there says, "You morons, this isn't even 100K." So it's accurate. Yeah, signs from 2020.
Yeah.
There's a smiley face. It's a nice little pleasant island, but it's not. It's not the milestone.
No.
Yeah, this is the kind of place where I would add a sign, and I'm fully expecting our signs to be gone, taken. Eventually, all the signs will be gone and taken, and that's fine. But you know what? We already have them on video. You know, they are already immortalized.
They are there forever.
That's right, or as long as YouTube still exists.
Yes. Yeah.
And sign placed. You are cooking some meat.
Yeah. And there are some points where I, fast forward through here because we're just housekeeping again. Yeah.
We have to do this stuff on the road when we're traveling. You have to tend to your food supply and your other supplies as you go. So, there's a bit of this when you find a relatively safe spot to TCB.
Yep. Take care of business. So, but we are about to get back on the water.
And again, another big push to the goal. And I will spoil it. I think I may have spoiled it earlier, but there's more at this milestone than there was on the last one. At least at this one coming up, there is something.
There is definitely a marker here.
Yes.
Thankfully. And it is 100,000 worthy.
Yes. So congratulations to whomever built it.
Yep.
Because it actually is one that, is worthy of 100,000.
Yep. And because we stop our highway exploration here, I will say that when we left the game, the 100,000 marker was in good condition.
Right.
When we returned, it had been griefed.
Right. It was different just from the time we left the game to the time we came back.
Yeah.
So the 100,000 marker that you will see here is not what you would see now if you went to check it out.
Right. Because it's in a matter of maybe a day, somebody had came and did some damage.
Yeah, so but at least you get to see in this video the intact marker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's not bad.
Yeah, it's a good one. So
Enderman, and I am running from a zombie.
You are being chased by a zombie and a creeper.
Yeah, and you're going to aggro that Enderman?
No, I'm like, get the hell out of here.
Like, we're really close. We're like 100 blocks off.
Yeah, if either one of us would have gotten, killed at this point, I would have been so fucking aggravated.
That would have made a good video, though.
Yes.
Let there finally be peace.
At 100,000.
Yes.
There is the 100,000 marker.
Yep, and it is marked.
Yeah.
With a religious symbol.
And it's not there anymore. Just so you know, within a day, somebody had come and destroyed it.
I guess they thought they were cooler than Jesus.
Yeah. Right.
So this is the 100,000 marker, and there are even some chests with various supplies.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Set of armor.
Yep, set of armor. And look at that.
Yeah.
A bunch of end crystals.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I did take this stuff. Sure did.
It's a little oasis here.
Yeah.
You got some golden apples and swords. So yeah, this is very nice. This is a lovely marker and a lovely thing to come across after a long journey.
Yeah.
And it felt like a good place to end this phase so we can move on to some other stuff we wanted to do.
Yeah. Yep. So you haven't placed a sign yet, though.
Not yet. Not yet.
Yeah, we're just kind of checking it out right now.
Yeah, and there's the religious symbol.
Yeah.
And a bunch of furnaces, nothing in them.
No. And I have this full set of enchanted armor and nowhere to put it. My ender chest is so full.
That's all of this has been reorganized now since this was recorded, since we have shulkers. But at this time, we were on the road.
Yes.
And having to manage our inventory.
Yeah. And something I do later is I create an alternate account because we had so much goodies that we didn't have enough room in our shulkers for everything. So I created an alternate account and to store some supplies in that shulker or in that ender chest. In creating that new account, I ended up back at spawn. And that was fun. I did record it. Yes. So maybe I'll post that just as a fun, because that was interesting.
It was. That was not the original Spawn escape video that you recorded. This was it was more of a spur of the moment decision to go ahead and record that.
I knew that in creating an alternate account I would end up back at spawn. I knew that. But it wasn't until I ran into another player there that I decided I'm going to record this because they had a hamburger head and I wanted to get that on video.
Yeah. So now you get to immortalize your hamburger friend.
Yeah. Well, here's 100,000. So that's the end of the road for us. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
We'll see you next time.